the concept of happiness and what can we do to actually be happy and fulfilled in the life. Well, I think it's a flawed kind of question. What we need is a purpose in life because happiness is like seeking pleasure, and once you feel inside the actual what is it, the hedonic treadmill, you have to get more to experience the same. Imagine it's like exactly like addiction. To experience the same thing, you need to actually try more, and that's the ugly part of it because human beings, our ancestors, like thousands of years ago, they never wanted to actually be happy. They wanted to build something worthy and then pass the genes to the next generation and improve this. But these days, we all are like living in glacial kind of buildings, seeking pleasure, cheap dopamine through our phone. I mean, come on, everyone has a phone these days. And what they use the phone is like watching some stupid kind of reels, some stuff that really doesn't matter. And they will be like, hey, why am I not so happy with my life? Imagine what you have done so far these days. You'll be watching countless hours after each other, just nonsense and seeking pleasure. Like then you have to do exactly more to experience, as we said. But how can you fix that? Well, I think the people who actually survived thousands of years ago, they did not actually mandatory needed to be the happiest. They needed to be the smartest. And through being smart, they could actually survive and they could last and they could actually pass the genes to the next generations that are yet to come. So, long story short, it was not that they were happy, because happy creatures don't last. They are probably not prone to the resilience. Of course, make sure that you also have a dedicated time to be happy and enjoy your time with your friends, with your family. That's a very important concept. But all I'm saying is that just prioritizing the happiness and saying, hey, I just want to be happy in my life, that is exactly going to do the opposite because most of the time what you need in life to feel like fulfilled is a purpose. And these days majority of people do not have a purpose. They would do one thing, minimum effort, then another thing, minimum effort, and they'll be like, okay, my cousin did that, let's do that. That friend of mine did this, let's do this. They will be jumping from one thing to another thing, and they'll be like, hey, how did my life end up here? Because majority of people don't have a purpose, let's be honest. That's why majority of people don't get anywhere in their lives. Like, imagine, you have a car. You get in your car, well, let's tell it like this. You have a car. There is a destination you want to be. You get in your car, you drive 2 hours, you reach there. Because you had a destination. No matter if you go one block or one avenue the wrong way, then you can fix it and eventually can say. You notice that when you search for Google Maps in your phone, you miss like one place, it says recalculating. It would take a bit longer, it would show you another way. In life, it's also like that. You might miss the chance once, but it's recalculating. You get there eventually, but you need to really want that place and you need to know where you want to get. If you know where you want to get in 5 years, I assure you, mate, you will get there in 5 years, but you need to know where you want to be and you need to work for that. If you know where you want to be, but you sit and stare at the ceiling, it's not going to work out. You feel me? So it's very easy concept. If you know where you want to be, you try and push, you will get there. One way or the other, you will get there. That's for sure. But imagine same car, you get in, but there's no destination. You say, let's go for a spin. You go and you don't end up anywhere in your life. There's a lot of people. They're aimless, without a purpose. I know for a fact because actually there were like a few of my ex-friends or like people that I studied some things with. Like they were sitting next to me at math class when I was like a teenager. We did science together. We played football together. We sat for the computer classes together. I don't need to be their friends for all of my life. What is the purpose of it? Just because they were randomly put in the same spot as I was doesn't make them friends forever. I don't know where they are. I don't know what they're doing. Some part our path completely drifted, and it's like that. If you want to grow in your life, you have to be comfortable with just exploring new opportunities. And sometimes, yeah, you might make a mistake. It's all right. I gotta be very honest with you. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be making mistakes. It's gonna be out of your comfort zone. But if you make it, it's gonna be beautiful. That's the phrase that says, today is difficult. Tomorrow is even more difficult. But a day after tomorrow is a beautiful day. So what the concept says, like, try to outgrow and eventually you would get there. Because if you are lazy and you sit here and say, I'm just lazy, I don't want to do it. Well, guess what? You're going to be in exactly the same spot as last year. And right now, if you're watching it until here, think about it. Where were you exactly last year? Same house, same circle of friends, same days, every day, all day, same food, same people. Do you belong there actually? Or do you seek change? If you need to change, actually, you need to exactly know how you want to change it. But it doesn't work like, I want to change it. It doesn't work like that. You need to know exactly what you want. And then when you imagine, when you do the manifestation, when you say, okay, you know what? These are exactly what I want. For example, you say, I want to go to a country with this kind of things. Imagine you are right there. Most people do not even believe in their dreams that they can actually go there. So it's not gonna happen. But if you imagine like, yeah, I can do that. You pretend like you can. Well, guess what? The real world doesn't know if you're pretending or if you're really getting there. They would reward you because you have belief. By the way, you can actually find proof of that everywhere, like on social media. You can check our Instagram, LinkedIn, our accounts, and I can prove that thing to you. So wherever you are right now in life doesn't necessarily mean that you have to stay stuck right there. Mate, it's all right. You didn't choose that place to be, where it's like you in a temporal place that you don't really feel like you belong, or you feeling unsatisfied with the current situation. I understand that. I feel you. It's tough. But to change that, you need to understand, sit for yourself and talk for a bit. If I want to change it, how would I like to change it? These are the reasons that I want to change it. These are the things I want to change. And these are the things I'm willing to do so I can change it. Because if you want to change the things, you need to like change the way you act. It's not going to randomly change. It's like Albert Einstein had a quote. He said, insanity means doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So by definition, some people are insane, for real. So if you want to have a new thing, perhaps you have to go a different path. And going a different path might be sometimes intimidating, might be sometimes wrong, but you go there and it would recalculate itself. It's a journey that is beautiful and you would experience. And you would have a really beautiful life. Think of the bright side. Of course, there are some challenges to that. There are some really tough moments that you might question everything, like what did I do? Why is this? Why is that? It's completely fine. Everyone is like that. Most people will go through the same. But you need to push forward, even though you are not completely sure. Even when you're hesitating, just keep up the good work. And the one night kind of success will happen. Not in the first night, not in the second or third, but maybe after hundreds of grinding nights, it will happen one night during those. It's like fail, then succeed. But when you get the one succeed, if once you get a one success, it's done. You're good for your life. But most people do not try that many times. Most people would be overthinking. Should I do this? No. If I do this, my friends think I'm stupid. My parents are gonna tell me I'm an idiot. If I do that, then I'm gonna lose some of my friends. My relatives are gonna tell me, hey, how did you do that? Tell us. Well, none of these things are your obligation kind of necessary for you to do. If you think about something, you want to do it, discuss it with your partner or your family. They will help you. You know, the family is a beautiful thing. They want you to succeed. They would give you their best opinion. And then take action. Well, you might get there, but without trying, you won't get there. It's like the quote that says, if you try, you might fail or succeed. But if you don't try, you will fail. So the real failure is not trying. Just try. It's worth a shot. At the end of the day, worst case scenario, you don't win it. So what? You can sit back and say, at least I tried, because a lot of sadness and like negative feeling comes from not trying something. Imagine someone is going to go to the next word and pass. You ask them some questions, they're gonna be like, I wish I had like traveled. I wish I had been kinder. That's what they wish, because they did not have that. But they're not gonna say, you know what, when I was young, I played football and I broke my leg. I wish I hadn't played football. Well, most of the time, they're not gonna say something like that. There are exceptions, but you get the idea that it's like eventually like people try to better themselves, and sitting at the bed when you feel like it's the last day, it's a scary thing, but it will happen. And most of the time people don't know it's the last day, because they will be like, yeah, I have plenty of time, but maybe an accident happens. They want to like have something that they did not experience before. So why not be kinder? Why not imagine tomorrow is a new opportunity for the rest of your life? Why not imagine that today is the first day of your future? Why not build a future now that you have time? And you have a lot of things to your advantage these days. Same phone you have in your hand can show you all the path. But you need to really want it. If you just sit back and waste the time, well, you will never get there. And there's also another thing. If you watched until here, I'm going to give you a really beautiful hint. Don't underestimate the power of people surrounding you, because they can really push you forward in life. A lot of people who are successful, including Henry Ford, he was married to a woman that was very, very high quality woman. She believed in Henry Ford, and through this kind of mastermind alliance, they achieved the industry of Henry Ford, because Henry Ford did not believe in himself. Imagine that woman was another kind of not so smart woman, then they would not be having the Ford industrial kind of cars. You probably wouldn't have cars right now. You would be having horses around. So the people around you can either help you or they can break you. So if you see energy vampires, if you go to a place and you feel like it's not very comfortable, it's heavy, I don't feel like I belong, well, don't go there anymore. Go somewhere that it's light, that it feels good, that you feel like those people want you, that they appreciate you, they give you positive energy, and just do that. You know, I myself, when I see someone draining my energy like an energy vampire, I just not gonna be there anymore. I say, see ya, but I'm not gonna go there anymore. Most of the time, they would not really be there anymore, because I choose some other people. And that's the beauty of the life. You pick the right people for you, and you understand how people feel about you, okay? And then they're gonna teach you a lot of things. If you talk and they don't listen, well, you have to change them. You have to be very honest with yourself. It's not like you choosing them. A friend to everybody, enemy to yourself. I have mentioned this many times. If you like this video, you probably like one of the videos that pop up on the screen. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. We have plenty of videos just like this. And I would like to know what you guys think about these concepts, because I believe this is a huge kind of mentality shift that can bring some positive feedback. And feel free to share your generous kind of ideas or compliments, even if it's like a random thing. It's all fine, because I believe, we should try to give some compliments or give some comments or feedback, so that that person will be like, okay, this is that, okay, I get it then. Because if you don't get feedback, you feel like, yeah, just let's go, probably not gonna work out. So, by the way, yeah, feel free to like if you like it, don't if you don't. Yeah, like just like that. Subscribe to the channel if you want. And see you guys in the next one. You probably watch one of these ones also. And until the next one, have a good one.